Hi guys, Cynthia here, and today we are going to clean up my onions. I kind of neglected them. I've been not neglecting, I've been using them, but I have left them in the basement for far too long, but it's perfectly fine because they are wonderfully cured. I'm also going to discuss with you the garlic. I just got my garlic in. I ordered from Stark Bros this year, and yeah, they all came in, and I kind of want to show you what their 0.5 pounds looks like, how much everything cost, and go through why I bought all of these varieties. I didn't buy too many, I only bought three, but you know, anyway. So first, let's go through the garlic. So last year, let's move that over. A lot of my garlic rotted. I only literally got one full clove of garlic, which was kind of sad. It is fine. I went to the, farmer's market and, stocked up on, a local farmer. So it wasn't too bad, but it is upsetting, when you want to get, you know, a harvest and you don't. And I love like garlic scapes. And so I didn't really get many this year. I think I got two garlic scapes, not even. And I love cooking with garlic scapes. I love garlic scapes in general. So I got all hard neck variety. The reason why is because we get really, really cold here. I'm a zone 6A/B, but it could be, a 6. It varies from year to year. It gets really, really cold. I live in upstate New York. And I think that was part of why my garlic did so poorly because I had it in the barrels. Now, I've always done it and I've always had a garlic harvest, but for some reason, last winter was a little bit tough. So I lost a lot of my garlic. This year, I will be putting them in the garden bed. So I'm hoping that the amount of soil around the garlic will help it not rot. I don't know. Let's just hope that's the case this year because I'm really looking forward to next year's harvest. So, what I learned with my garlic is putting them in a bigger, not container, but in a bigger situation. Now, what I could have done also is I could have put my garlic in my garage. It is a non heated garage. I could have easily done that and I probably would have had success, but that's a lot of soil to like move around. I wasn't going to do that. So, let's start with what I got for garlic. All right, guys, so I have the website up so I can give you like good descriptions. The first thing I got, or I'm going to show you, is the Musik garlic. This is a hardneck garlic. This was $18.99 for 0.5, and you can see that you get three pretty big heads. I feel like there's about six garlic cloves in each. So we're looking at 18 total, heads at the end of the season, which is quite nice. So this says it is zone 4 through 9 and that it takes 240 days before it gets to full maturity until you can, go ahead and pull it out. Let's see if there's anything else that's of importance to tell you here. So the reason why, again, I chose hardneck is because I really like scapes and they just grow better in my zone. So it says that you should obviously plant garlic 4 to 6 inches deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. And they want well drained, loamy soil, full sun, so on and so forth. The next garlic that I got is this gorgeous German white organic hardy certified garlic. So this is a zone 3 to 9. So that's a difference there. This says that it grows best in northern states and it's got this robust gourmet flavor and it withstands the cold climate really well. And let's see, it says that same thing. You have to, how deep and how far apart you have to plant it, and it takes 225 to 240 days for it to get to its full maturity. I'm really excited about Musik because, I'm sorry, the German white, because I saw another YouTuber grew these and she had great success. And so I'm really hoping that I also have great success. And I think I will. I think with all the things that I kind of learned from this year to the next, I think it'll be okay. So the next one is some elephant garlic. And I also got the 0.5. And what I like what they did with their elephant garlic, you can see that they kind of took them all apart And so you get really great bulbs. None of them are soft, moldy, anything. They all look, I mean, you guys can see that. They look absolutely incredible, right? So this was also $18.99, and it is zone 3 to 9. And let's see. It says it elevates your flavor. It's really large, as you guys know. It takes 270 days for it to get to its full maturity. So I love elephant garlic. I love the idea that, like, look at that. This is one clove, guys. Look how big that is. Isn't that nuts? So you get a lot. I mean, I know it was $18, but you get a lot. And you have to imagine this is going to not only just have like this one clove is probably going to get like 5 to 6 total. So that I feel like it's a good deal. And the reason why I went with Stark Bros and not like anybody else is because I followed them on Instagram and they like put out that, hey, they have their garlic ready. And then I looked at other companies, and a lot of them say that you have to order like so many. And I'm a small garden, and so I don't need as many as other companies say, or the limit, not the limit, but the minimum is. And so I really like that you can get like a tiny bit. Now, I still might go to my local garden center and pick out something else. I really want like a purple garlic. You know, I've seen those. I think it's like a Spanish type. And then I thought, should I try soft neck just to give it a whirl and see what happens, just so I can make myself a braid and put it in my kitchen? I thought about that too. But it's something I'm thinking about. I also have to like figure out what my garden is going to look like, where I'm going to put everything. So I really don't know if I'm going to do that, but I probably will get either another anyway, I want to go to my local garden center. I love my local garden center. They always have the greatest things, so I always want to support them. And so I'm going to see what garlic they have. I may or may not buy anything because I feel like this is plenty of garlic, and this is probably going to take an entire one of my beds. And, you know, the space is precious. So now that we have gone through the garlic, I kind of want to talk you through what I learned with my onions this year. Okay, so the good thing about leaving them so long is that now all I have to do is just like everything is so dry that I don't need to have scissors. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but it just comes out like that. Now you can see that I have different sizes of onions. It was really strange this year. I'm not sure what happened when it comes to my onions. That's not true. I do know. A lot of the small ones came from the bed that was right up against the ground, really shallow. So I don't think there was enough moisture to kind of feed the bulb. I also feel like I could have fertilized more. And something else, uh, I feel like this year that I'm going to try differently is I normally grow them all in one big pot, let them kind of grow in together. And I'm still going to start them that way. I think that's the most efficient way. But I think then I am going to switch them to their own little cell and see how they do. Now, that's going to require me to possibly get another shelf because, you know, that's a lot of onions. Because think about all of these in their own little cell, like that's a lot. I also thought about starting them sooner. That's something that I'm probably going to do, even though I started them in January. I started them at the end of January, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start them sooner. Now I want to show you my shallots. My shallots didn't do very well, and that is solely on me. You can see this is a tiny one. This is an average. I'd really like bigger ones, to be honest. What happened with my shallots is I put them in a grow stock, or, you know, one of those vertical planters. Now, it's not the stock itself. It's the fact that I did not keep enough moisture to it. I did not fertilize. It's completely my fault. Bulbs need nutrients. They need water. They need all of the things to get really large. I also had them kind of under a tree, so they didn't really get full sun. So I think next year I will be doing shallots again because I really love shallots, and I'm definitely going to put them in more sun. Now, the bags that I got these off Amazon. I will link them. They came in a set of 3, and I just put them in a hook in my pantry, and everything breathes. You can put potatoes, anything you want in here. It's made of jute, I believe. And so we will go ahead and put the shallots in the smaller one and the onions in the other. I have some shallots in there already, so we'll do that. But you want to always make sure that you cure your onions. It's really, really important, or they won't be shelf stable. Now I grew a mixture of so many different types of onions. Um, yeah, I'm probably gonna eat this one soon. You can see like it no longer has the paper on one side, so I'll bring that there so I can bring it inside the house. Um, I just lost my train of thought of what I was saying. So you guys, I had to go back and see what I was saying, and I was just talking about the types of onions. So I grew Walla Walla, I grew sweet white Spanish, and I grew candy. Now I couldn't tell you which is what, even though I did go ahead and label everything. Once I had them curing, I don't know what is what anymore. So the cool thing about neglecting them for so long is that you can see how easy it is to, let's move that over, to just take the paper off. Normally I would have used like shears or whatever. I'm really pleased with my onions and I know exactly what I'm going to do. Make sure I feed, make sure I put them in not such a shallow container. And if you guys have any suggestions of types of onions that I should grow, please let me know. I am all about expanding my horizons. Now, I'm a little concerned as to what my garden plans are going to be this year. I am, yes, building beds, but I also want to grow flowers or I just might mix the flowers within. Probably not zinnias because zinnias get wild and large and take over things. I'm also going to add another vertical trellis to my garden because I already have it. And so I think, it's not going to hurt anything to just put it in there. I might put it like right at the entrance so you can come under something. So now I need something that's going to be really fun to walk under. And I thought about possibly something that like blooms really beautifully that can climb over. But then I'm also thinking like food. So I'm thinking like, peas and stuff like that, or string beans or something. Look at how large this one is, guys. This might be my biggest onion. Oh no, this one. Look at this. This is the white onion, the sweet white. Isn't that amazing? This one is huge. Oh my goodness, you guys. Actually, I don't really know which one's bigger. It's hard to say. Oh, the white, the sweet white for sure. When you put them together like that. I may need to get another one of these bags. It does come in a set of 3. So maybe I'll put the shallots in the smaller one. I may have to go get that in a minute. So yeah, if you have any suggestions as to what I should grow next year, I will always grow candy. I also want to grow a red onion. I need to do some, I just threw a shallot. I need to do some research on good red onions for my area. Onions are very tricky, not tricky, but you have to make sure that you are getting the correct onion for your area. So you'll see, you can look it up anywhere. I know that Johnny Seeds has one where there's a state map of the United States and it just has like vertical lines and it'll tell you like, you know, long day, short day, intermediate day, so on and so forth. And the red ones that I grew just didn't do well. And also I kind of put them in like the house garden here. So maybe that is why they didn't do so well. Maybe they didn't have enough. Oh, this one I kind of got some juice out. So let me put it to the side. I have been eating these. We have been, my family and I have been eating these onions so much. We have only tried to start eating the small ones because I knew I wanted to make this video and I was like, if I don't have any nice big ones to show, they'll think I didn't grow nice big ones. Very silly. So yeah, so if you can give me any suggestions as to like a delicious red onion, I love raw red onions. And like I mentioned, mine did not do so good. I'm really excited about next year because I know exactly what I'm going to do. I will be putting these in a full bed. We have to talk about that. We have to talk about what my garden plans are going to be because really, I don't really know. I was thinking about also just doing like a zinnia barrel or 2 because that'll look really pretty, but I also want to make sure I have like somewhere for my dahlias, and I really like how the dahlias look in the barrels because they are so drought tolerant because of the tubers. I don't need to put an Oya in them. So that's kind of like, I don't know, a nice perk of putting the dahlias in barrels. But I also like the way dahlias look when they are in a bed and they're like really huge and kind of growing into each other. Ugh, this one has a hole in it. Ooh, something burrowed into this one. I don't know if you guys can see those holes. They're nasty. See that? Huh. I know someone's going to tell me, just cut off that side. I'm going to throw it away. You know, sometimes you win some and you lose some. And if something wants to eat the onion, it could have it. So these scraps are going to be really good for compost. A lot of the times when they get this dry, you can also just put them on the top of your bed to kind of protect the soil. Just a lot of things you can do with like onion. I'm just going to throw it in a container for now and then put it at the bottom of my bed because I'm building beds, and so just something to, I don't know, add to the bottom. Some of these are so small. So we'll definitely do candy. We're going to do white again because I really like that. I also like Spanish onions, so we're going to do those. I really have to determine how many I'm going to do of each because, you know, those seeds are so small that you just throw a bunch down, and then once you start growing something, it's really hard to like decide to throw that away. Oh my. So many now. All right, let's get this done, and I will see you when this is all completed. So if you're wondering what's next to me, those are just things that I let die. I do have some hydrangeas, which are standard, that are just sitting there. Those are still alive, but I think there's like a dead cilantro. But that's what's next to me, if you're wondering at all. So that's it. I got 2 really large sacks of onions. Not as many as I'd like, and it won't last us a year. We eat tons of onions here. And about 3 of them that were either the skin didn't cure or there's like a weird hole. So that's not too bad. I did get a handful of shallots, kind of small, but the really cool thing with any kind of small onions or things of that nature, you can throw them right in a stew or in a crock pot, however you want to do it, and you don't have to chop it. You just take the skin off and dump them right in. That's normally how I just dropped one. That's normally how I use like tiny little onions like this. It can be used kind of like a pearl onion. So, but this is the 3rd bag that came in the set of 3. I will definitely link them because how cute is that? Just like a tiny little sack of shallots. So I may have to, because my goal, I'm chopping shallots everywhere. My goal is to grow a year's worth of onions. Like that's the dream. So I may have to get like a giant basket of some kind. But what I liked about this is that they're easily kept in the pantry on a hook, and you can just grab them. Look how cute that looks. Isn't that cute? I love these bags so much. They're so, so cute, and they're super strong. So you don't have to worry about them tearing. You just have to make sure that your hook is enforced because, you know, these can be pretty heavy. But look at that, guys. Look at how gorgeous that is. I'm really excited. I'm going to end the video here today. I will definitely link these things and all of the onions that I got from Stark Bros. I believe that the elephant garlic is sold out, so I'm sorry about that. I know that Johnny Seeds and all that stuff like that, and it's really kind of like a popular thing, these elephant garlics. So I'm pretty sure you can even find them at like your big box store, your local garden center, all of that stuff. But I'm really glad I got this done. I was sick and tired of running to the basement anytime I needed an onion or asking Mark to run down for me. But I'm gonna leave the video here, guys. Let me know what you're growing. Let me know what kind of red onions I should grow. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, if you didn't get it done today, there is always tomorrow.